like on the circumference and you are at the center. But at the same time, because you're at the center, it's an important role, but it's a heavily demanding role as well. It can be a lot of chaos also. Uh, like looking at all these different things, managing multiple stakeholders without having direct authority, so can lead to a lot of ambiguity. So basically, if you are a person who likes to sort of have a high visibility role where you are like the center of attraction in uh, like in some aspects, but at the same time you are okay with like ambiguity as in you will not have a step by step process, that if you do step one you go to step two, you go to step three. It's more of an unstructured role. You have to figure your own way out. This is also in terms of managing people as well. So like managing people has a lot of to do with like human psychology. How do you manage them? How do you know what their motivations are? Because everybody have different agendas. When you come to corporate life, uh, I mean, everybody is trying to fulfill their own purpose. See, everybody have an appraisal at the end of the day, right? So, like they want to improve their own metrics. Like, so let's say marketing will have a certain agenda that they want to get like more customers inside the product. Like they want to advertise more stuff like that. Like other functions, like let's say, like there's a function called risk, which sees like this more relevant to a fintech product there. Like the risk team sees if the customer has the ability to pay back a loan which he takes or not. So like the risk team will have to ensure that uh, the default rate of customers is much lower. So everybody has different agenda and metrics, but there is only one tech team, right, which is managing the product, and you are only one PM. So you have to prioritize these items accordingly as per what it should be, like what you're targeting for. So you have to say no to a lot of people. Then, as we're all humans, like we all have egos and all, like they get hurt. So how to like juggle all of this stuff and still be able to like get a very high bar product out? I think that is what like product management is about. If all of this excites you, you are okay in operating in a high pressure environment, you're okay with ambiguity, and you want like a high visibility role where you are very important. So if all of this makes sense to you, maybe product management is for you, because it's a very high demand role, that's for sure, and very rewarding role as well. So that is why uh, like one should look to go into a product management role if he is okay with all of these factors. So yeah, that is there. Now, uh, like so let's say now you have understood what is a product manager, and how should you decide that if this is the right sort of field for you, right? So I'll just quickly cover what is the difference between product management and project management, and then I'll come to the how part. That how do you enter into product management? See, what is the difference between product management and project like management is that project management is more of an execution role. So let's say like somebody like decides that this needs to be done, and then a project manager, to achieve that objective, he makes like a project tracker that to get a certain objective done, you have to fulfill these 10-20 steps, and then he makes a proper chart that this first step has to be done by let's say person A, and this will be done by next month. Then the next step is done by like person B, and this will be done by like the end of next month. So basically, a project manager is more of the execution person. He has to ensure that the timelines and deadlines are adhered to. So that is what a project manager is all about. Product management involves certain aspect of project management as well, because at the end of the day you are responsible for the delivery of the product as well as the strategic part. So product management involves both strategy, that what you should build, why you should build, talking to customers, getting their like feedback, and also like getting that built also. So, and this project management part is a bit more in startups, because startups basically they're like always in a like financial crunch. They can't hire like more people. So a product manager basically doubles up as a program manager or a project manager. Like both of these terms are interchangeable. So you cover the strategy part as well, and then you cover the execution part as well. So that is the difference between a product manager and a project management. Like one is more like geared towards execution, and product manager is also geared towards the strategy and thinking part. Ideal, and if you look at like the culture abroad, there the thinking part is actually much more for a product manager because there is a program manager for sure along with the product manager. So the strategy thinking and the execution part gets a bit separated out. This is also the case for bigger companies like Microsoft, Google, because they have both a product manager and a project manager. Now, how of project management? Sorry, how of product management? So, Vignesh, did I cover this question of yours? What's the difference between project manager and product manager? Or you want me to elaborate on some other point? Okay, I did cover. Fine. So I have covered till now like what is a product manager, why should you get into product management, and if it is the right fit for you, and what's the difference between product manager and project manager. Now, uh, hopefully you should have like gotten some clarity if this might be the right role fit for you. So let's say hypothetically, now you have made a decision that I want to be a product manager. How do I get into it? Now I'll cover that part. See, unfortunately, so to tell you a bit about myself, I have a computer science background and I have an MBA degree. So I had my computer science from this college called Triple ID Hyderabad, which is a very strong computer science culture. Then I worked in Amazon for a couple of years as a software engineer, and then I figured that like coding is not my cup of tea, and my MBA, like many people also. So I did my MBA from and then I worked in consulting for a while. So what I see in MBA program is that unfortunately there is no specific curriculum for a product manager. So like there are like all these different disciplines like marketing operations. You can like learn to be how to be a good marketer in like the B school, or you can learn like how to be like a good ops person in a B school. But there is no specific curriculum for product management. This I think will change over time, but as of now there is no specific curriculum. So I didn't even know what a product manager is like in my MBA school. So I actually stumbled onto product management like by chance. It was more of that I was trying to figure out what I want to do, and I just thought let's give it a try. And then it just made sense to me. Also, because I have a technology background, I have a bit of an advantage over other people because I understand tech. I can talk to engineers in their own language. So that is helpful. Although it's not essential, you need not know technology for sure to get into product management. You can still do without it as long as you're willing to learn the basic concepts and yeah, that way. So again, coming to how MBA schools don't have the specific curriculum. And now the next question comes: do you need an MBA for product management? Not necessary, but it helps. If you go to LinkedIn to see PM profiles, you will see many people don't have an MBA degree and they're doing pretty well. Like they are in like very good organizations like Google, Flipkart, Amazon. So all of this is there. So it's not a necessary thing to have like MBA, but obviously if it just helps in certain way because that you have that. Uh, some people also have this thing that if they are not from a like very tier one, tier two college, then they might feel that if they're able to do an MBA, that gives an extra advantage on the CV. It just like builds your CV value. So basically, if you have a tier one, tier two undergrad, then I think you can do without like MBA. But if you want to do MBA, like just to explore what all is there, then obviously it's helpful. But if you have made up your mind that you want to be a product manager, then MBA specifically can add the extra advantage, but it will not like be like a very big jump. Uh, so that is one part. Then there are some like these organizations called PM School, and they are like very focused PM specific courses. Uh, there are specific PM courses which are offered by other startups. Like one of the startup which I am a part of is called PM School. Then there are and then there is a startup called Next Leap. So I don't remember all these names, but these startups offer specific PM curriculums. So like this can tell you more about what a product manager does and how to go about like learning that skills. Uh, and the best way to get into product manager, knowing that you have the skill, is actually enter into startups, like early stage startups, because these early stage startups don't have a very high bar on like education background. For example, if you have a tier 2 or tier 3 like college on a CV, then your like all these big companies like Flipkart or Google, they might not uh, entertain you because like they have these cutoffs for these colleges and stuff like that. But early age startups, which are a lot of number, they will be willing to give you a chance. And if you have, like for example, done a course on LinkedIn or any of these PM specific curriculums, that can serve as an added advantage that you have the interest in this field and you're willing to do what it takes. So that is how can it can be your the entry point into a PM directly. Or obviously, I also see people who are a business analyst or who are an engineer initially, like or maybe a quality engineer. They are able to like ask their bosses or ask people in the company internally that they want to move to a PM role, and they're able to do it internally also. So if you are in a current company right now, maybe talk to your product manager or maybe like the CPO of the company that you want to get into this field and how to like go about it. If that works for you, then you will be able to switch from a like profession like you are in right now to a PM in the same company itself. Or you can like try out like other startups and show them your interest in the field by doing PM specific courses that can be helpful. Um, yeah. So Rohan's question is, what are the main skills one needs to learn to get into these roles? Yeah. So there are two types of skills. One is the hard skills and the soft skills. Hard skills are more like if you understand coding, or if you know Excel, uh, if you know how to operate design tools like Figma, XD. So these are the hard skills. And then there are the soft skills. Soft skills are more around how do you manage people? What is your understanding of human psychology? How do you influence people without authority? A lot of these soft skills come with experience. So as you join into a product manager like role, like hard skills might matter more initially, but very slowly, like not slowly actually, very quickly, soft skill will matter more, because hard skills, like there are people to do hard skills. For example, even if you do not know technology, there are engineers who can teach you stuff and who can always do stuff. But your soft skill will come into play is that if you have a good rapport with that engineer, if you are able to get done like work done via him. So soft skills play a very big role into product management, and that is why it's very difficult to teach them. They come with experience, and they come with peer-to-peer learning. So I think that is a big difference, and it most of it comes by experience here. Like you read books, then you like go through blogs, stuff like that, and you like just. I think it's more of the like work on the go and work on the job type. But as far as hard skills are concerned, it's more about if you're good with numbers, because uh, uh, PMs need to be good in numbers. We have to like see metrics and see data, वगैरह. So numbers, technology, design, customer thinking. So all of these were hard skills. So does that answer your question, or should I elaborate? Okay. Any book recommendations? Yes. So actually, I read a lot of blogs. Although like books are also there, I'll give you some book. So book by Neer AI. So this is one book. Then Tracking the PM interview. Then there is Code and Conquer. Yeah, I think these four books are the most well-known books which I know of. Uh, there are other books also, 0 to 1. This is not a product management specific book, but it generally tells you about entrepreneurship, and this is always helpful. 0 to 1 by Peter Thiel. Then there is Lean Startup by Rice. Yeah, I think they were the ones which are coming to my mind right now. So yeah, I think I've tried to cover at least like in some brief what, why, and how. Please feel free to ask any questions. Like we have a few minutes, and you will always reach out to me on LinkedIn. So in case you want to like like discuss something more, I can always be helpful there. Okay, so Rohan says thanks a lot for the session. Thank you, Rohan. This is my first session. I hope I was